Hi there! If you're new to the channel, welcome! I'm Anjali and that is my dog Sadie, and together we are roaming the UK in our 1992 camper van, Jezebel.
Good morning and welcome to the channel. As you can see, I'm up very early. The sun is only just coming up over the hills of the Peak District, and I am off to Dove Stone Reservoir for a group walk with Blackdog Outdoors and Mountains for the Mind charity groups who organise group hikes and sort of outdoor activities for people who suffer with mental health issues, diseases, and also mental disabilities. And so I'm really excited to go out today with a group of people. I'm on my way, I'm not there yet, but I stopped here because it's just lovely. And I had to stop and have a quick look at the scenery before carrying on my journey. I'm about 10 minutes out, so I'll see you at the reservoir. Hi, it is future Anjali here. So, upon editing this video, I realised that the new microphone that I bought to replace the one that I've lost and never found, did not pick up any sound whilst it was on and plugged into me throughout this whole walk. So I'm going to do my best to do a voiceover on the bits where I'm talking, but know that what I'm saying is not going to be what my lips are saying because, technology has failed me there and made me very sad in the process. So sorry about that. I'll let you get back to the past. Yeah, today is a group hike where we are going to do 15 kilometres, so just over 9 miles of walking around the Dove Stone Reservoirs, which is in Peak District up by Manchester way. So yeah, we are all just waiting for everyone to turn up to start our walk at 9 a.m. So I was up at 6 before the sun came up and got to see the sunrise sort of as I got into the Peak District. It was very beautiful. Unfortunately, I stopped for a minute just to get a quick picture, but had to keep driving to make sure I got here on time. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this hike, and thanks for coming along to the channel. As always, like, comment, subscribe, and join me on my hike.
We start on the easy access path and warm up with a stroll around the Dove Stone Reservoir. This reservoir is on the eastern edge of the Peak District National Park. It supplies drinking water to the surrounding area. Interesting fact, the dam wall does not have a traditional spillway to control water height, but discharges into a tunnel under the side of the valley. This is a feature not normally seen on Pennine dams, which usually have masonry spillways. Now we've passed the tall grassy wall of Greenfield Dam. We could see fine Victorian attention to detail in the rusticated faces of sluices channeling the moorland streams down to the reservoir. High above us ran the black gritstone edges of the valley rim, where we could see tiny figures of even earlier than us birds walking and posing on the rock tors sculpted by weather and time into crenellations and towers. At the head of the valley we crossed a sluice and turned aside into Birchen Clough. Greenfield Brooks is about to come rushing down over boulders and rapids in front of us. As we climbed the stones at the edges of the brook, we had our first puzzle: how to get across. So we tethered and we hesitated, then hopped and flopped from rock to rock before starting the climb by hand and boot as we climbed the steep, rough path on the other side of the bank. Sadie had to be carried across the river by the team. As you can imagine, the river was flowing quite fast, and there were more than a few scrambles that her little legs needed help getting over. At this point we'd been walking for about 2 hours, so we stopped at the waterfall on the map to have a lovely little break of some hot tea and some snacks that we had all brought with us, feeling very, very proud of ourselves.
Good girl. Thanks. Come on. Over there.
These two guys came running down the hill, absolutely caked in mud, jumped straight into the river that we tried to avoid jumping into, and had a wash. I don't know who this guy is, but yeah, he came along while we were having lunch and just started climbing the Tranquil, which is apparently very popular. However, we all sat there with our stomachs in our throats, just hoping that he didn't fall off. Past the waterfall, the kinder gradients took over. We recrossed the brook with a splash and a leap, and followed a squelchy trail of black peat up to the Ravenstone's edge. Here, looking down the valley to the reservoir, I pictured in awe the sheer grinding power and weight of the glacier that carved these cliffs tens of thousands of years ago. The more subtle ministrations of frost, rain and wind since then have shaped the rock piles into grotesque faces and tilted piles of pancakes. Chief totem among them, the Tranquil, stood out with its 3 great square towers, the narrow drawbridge giving access to those foolhardy enough to want to be king of this perilous castle. It's here that we stopped for our well-earned lunch, and I made macaroni cheese, and it was amazing in a thermos flask, so it was still really warm, and it was just perfect for the temperature and just for all of the exercise that we had done. Highly recommend macaroni cheese in a thermos should you be doing a big climb. The path down the Alpine Pike, which is what we're on now, is very steep. I had to let Sadie off of her lead here for the last bit because I was really scared that she was just going to drag me face first down it. Yeah, it was really tough on the knees, but the very last part of the walk now, within a couple of minutes you're on flat level ground again and walking round the end of the Dove Stone Reservoir.
Okay, so we made it back to the van, finished the walk. So yeah, about 15k, so just over 9 miles done today. Oh, Sadie is more or less asleep in the bed. I've just got changed into some dry, not muddy clothes, and yeah, I'm gonna finish my mac and cheese that I made for breakfast time because the spoon isn't long enough to get all the way down to the bottom. So I'm going to have something to eat, and yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this hike today around Dove Stone Reservoir and some of the other reservoirs. There's a few. I'll make sure that they're all named. Well, you would have already watched it and known that I've already named them. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. As always, do like, comment and subscribe to get more of my hikes and general van life stuff. And yeah, until next time, thank you very much for watching.